Well, hello again, everyone. This portion of this month's blog finds me back home again at the national headquarters here in Wheaton, Illinois. I took the long route getting here, as you'll see from the video. Started off in Paris, then on to Amsterdam, school, Naarden, winding up at the end of the month in Adyar. So I've got a bunch of pictures to show you about that. But it's a very productive time, very much encouraged by so many of the people that I had a chance to meet throughout Europe, but in this most recent month, particularly with the Dutch section, which is a lively group of people who have been organized and active for quite a while. The Dutch section plays such an intimate role in the history of the Theosophical movement. Right from the very beginning, and so you get a chance to see some of the things that have come out of that, particularly the Naarden Center and its rich history. I would also encourage you to watch a brief video done by Aaron Heybroek, who is the chairman of the board of the Naarden Center. I'll give you the details about that at the end of this video, but it's just a fascinating way that it has developed, and the work that it is doing and the way it has evolved is something that is really inspiring. So anyway, bunch of photos, some little movie clips I hope you enjoy. This time I'm going to take you through the Netherlands and on into Adyar for a brief visit that I had there. So, hope you enjoy it. Here it is. The month of August began in Paris, where my wife Lily and I had traveled for the European Congress. From there we traveled by train to Amsterdam. So Kim Gu, who had been so gracious while we were at the European Congress, escorted us where we took the high-speed train. It was a wonderful trip. It's something that, when they say high speed, they definitely mean it. So we traveled to Amsterdam, and in Amsterdam we were met by some good friends from the Point Loma group of The Hague, the Theosophical. They took us to a place that they have up in the little town of School, and I never say it. This is the building that they worked on with their own hands to create a center in that area. Lovely place, a lovely community. We had a little bit of downtime while we were there before going on to the International Theosophical Center, the ITC in Naarden. So the gentleman in the black shirt is Herman Vermeulen of the Theosophical group in The Hague. A lot of the activity at Naarden takes place around the table. Here's Els Renneker and Arjen Heybroek. Ingmar de Borg in the white shirt. And this is someone who took such great care of us, Luz Moreno. Here I am with this is Dutch Day. That was with a group from Belgium. Over 100 people from the Dutch section gathered on that day for a day to meet the new president. So I had to speak to them for about an hour. And then we also had questions and answers. Just an informal sort of get-together, talking about things related to the Theosophical world, Adyar, thoughts about the international work. So there was food, there was of course the photo opportunity where everybody gathered outside. It's a beautiful day. Here I am with past presidents of the Dutch section. So there was a lot of time to just get together and talk with members one-to-one, just really to have a chance to get to know one another. Here's the oldest member who was there that day, 93 years old, which was quite a treat. And I show this just to say, don't say I look like Obama anymore, because I've been replaced. In the afternoon was time for question and answers. This was something for about an hour's time. People submitted the various questions they had. Here you have an aerial view of the actual town of Naarden, which is a fortress town, complete with moats and everything to protect itself. The ITC itself is comprised of a number of buildings. It's on 40 acres, and it was donated in 1925 by this lady, Mary van Ehan, to Annie Besant. This is the St. Michael's house. This here is the Crystal House, designed by architect Michiel Haas, a member of the board of directors there. Besant. This is the original Liberal Catholic Church, which burned down. Here you have some of the cottages that were built for our people to stay. At St. Michael's House, it's a beautiful, it was a summer home. If you can imagine something at this scale being a summer home, that was the nature of the family that had inherited this. So a lot of the life there at the place takes place around the dining room table. But you can see it's a very spacious, very well-appointed place. So here you have some of the people who would sit around the table. Here's the Garden of Remembrance, which contains the ashes of some very great people, Annie Besant among them. Here you have the headstone for her. You also have Rukmini and Devi Arundel, who is there. During our time at the center, we had a chance to go into Amsterdam to visit the Dutch section headquarters. As modern as this building looks, it is in fact a historical landmark. This is a building that was a temple for the Order of the Star, Krishnamurti's movement, and that had thousands of people that would come. The library is a very, very highly stocked, very good, high quality library, and then there's meeting space. The ITC conference actually began with Herman Vermeulen doing the introductions, along with Jan Kind, who was also one of the masters of ceremony. And then this is Maureen, who conducted a lot of the group discussions. There's a good deal of technology involved, with video messages coming and then program being broadcast really worldwide. Betty Bland introduced me, and I was asked to give the keynote speech for the conference. There was John Knievel, who was speaking about the Maha Chohan's letter. And there was many people from the Adyar TS. Marcos Duasende, Janet Lee, Kim Yu, Jacques Manik, Betty Bland, of course, was there, and Garrett Reed, who is outgoing president of the ITC, Renee Sell from New Zealand. Meals were served in the Crystal House, which, as you can see, is a beautiful lighted space designed by the architect, Nikhil Haas. There were talks that were delivered on the subjects of religion, science, and philosophy, short talks, all of them, that were designed to key the thinking for the discussion groups and the working groups that came after. Really, this was a working conference with the idea in mind to develop a Naarden declaration. So the groups broke out into various places on the campus to discuss certain key questions and then bring back the substance of their discussions. Of course, there was a big technological emphasis. The crew from the Point Loma group in The Hague were very, very well set up and very highly organized. Even out in the lobby, you were able to watch the programs as it went on. Each day, after each session, the group would post their findings on a common bulletin board. And then at the end, right before the end, all of the different groups came up and presented what was their conclusion and the thinkings related to the various questions. So all of these different questions were approached from a variety of different angles. The Board of Directors of the International Theosophical Conference, and here is the actual Naarden Declaration, the draft. Here's the entire group gathered together prior to the end of the conference, and then Lily and I, on taking our leave, said our fond farewells to friends we'll meet again. Amsterdam was where we had a chance to spend a couple of days walking. It was quite cool, the weather, but it was quite enjoyable. We met up with Betty and David Bland and went out for dinner while we were there, which was quite an enjoyable way to end our time in Europe. From there, Lily was back to Sweden and I was on to Adyar. One evening while I was at Adyar, I was asked to speak to the group, the Adyar Lodge, about Colonel Alcott, our president and founder, which was always an enjoyable thing to talk about great people. Also, a photo with some of the workers who are there at the Adyar estate. I close out with some views from Holland, and with their fascination for bicycles and ways that bicycles are never seen and ways of treating them. that I had not even imagined. 800,000 people in the city of Amsterdam, and 1 million bikes. And then some views of the clouds, some of the Dutch masters' paintings that always seem to feature the sky, and I see why.